Oh yeah, I shaved off my beard as well. That happened. The missus was complaining. Hello, how's it going? Well, I've got to say, I'm happy with the way everything's gone with that release on my website. I mean, Jesus. I was not expecting it to sell as many as it did, and I'm very grateful, to be honest. So thank you if you bought it. That's sound, mate. So, I got this cable today. Not that I don't have enough cables. I wanted to get an output from the desk, main, left and right, which is those two, going into the Akai, because I just feel like it wants it. I just feel like it wants it. Oh, do they lock in? I don't know. Oh yeah, they do. Nice. So yeah, there we go. Decent little cable that as well. I really need to sort this mess out. I will get it sorted. I'll have a fun day when I do all the cabling correctly once I know like how I want it to all fit in. So yeah, main, left and right is going into the Akai. So I don't need that anymore actually. And that can now go into the EMU for resampling purposes. At the moment that's coming out of the computer. We could do a computer in. That would be really cool. I think I just got a text. Let me check. I'll be back. Yeah, so if I could have that computer sound card going into here on one of these, what do I need to do that? Cables. I've probably got the right thing somewhere. I got another text. Hold on. Okay, means we're cutting down the Akai channels to 4 channels, but that's okay. The Akai is really a bit of equipment mainly for like kind of building sounds, because it just doesn't keep time very well. Alright, nice. Okay. And then we wanted this to go into the desk, into the EMU. Ah, that means I can put effects on stuff that I'm sampling. We could have all of this now getting nicely included in the loom to the desk. Yeah, get the cabling done. Oh mate, that's pretty. That is pretty good. Nice. Fucking love this desk, man. It was a very impulse purchase. I used to have another 32 channel version of it as well, but I swapped that for all this acoustic treatment from my bedroom. Alright, I suppose I should get a label machine out. Also, I know it's mad, but I was going to stem the whole track into this laptop using that sound card, because just I'm never going to get this mix back, and if I wanted someone to maybe do a remix, so I could put the remix parts up on my website and have like people do remixes or whatever. So that's happening probably tonight. I got to edit a video for YouTube tonight, and then I'm going to think about stemming the parts for that tune. It's probably a good 2-hour job to stem the parts in there. I also want to bring this Akai down 1 level, because it's just a bit too high up. I mean, I wonder what I could get away with. Can I come down 2? Or is that weird? No, that's weird. Need it for the laptop. If anyone knows if you can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 unit displays that could go on the front, that would be sick. And then I would get that rack mount PC in here. Then it truly would be like a full rack system. Also, I really want an E series like the XT with the 8 outputs. So if anyone knows where I could get another 4 outputs for this E6400 Ultra, I think on the back of it there is an expansion port. There are. If anyone knows that if I could get the expanded outputs, should I have a look? I think they're probably unobtainium. 8 output analog expansion board, model number 6867, £378. I want it. Fuck. Where's that coming from? France. I mean, it's there. I wonder if there's any more E6400 Ultras online. There's one there for £1,000. There's an E4 XT. A mate of mine got stung though and tried to buy an E4 XT, and it was fake. This one's been on there for fucking ever. £800. If I didn't have a baby and more money than sense. Boy, look at it. Still doesn't have the 16 outs though, I don't think. Yeah, see? It's only got the 8 outs, so what's the fucking point? You need 16 outs. So tempted to buy that fucking... Oh mate, it's there. £196, fuck off mate. Even 26 quid from France is a bit of a fucking piss take. Sub 4, sub 5, sub 6 and sub 7. It would just make things so much better. Oh, look at it, it's so good. Very fucking tempted. Wonder if I can make an offer. Wonder if there's any on eBay. I don't think there are. There are E4XT on here. There's one in Australia. There's one in the Netherlands. The Beast. There's one there in France. I bet that's the one that they're stripping down and selling it off. Cheap though, mind. What's it saying on the back panel? Yeah, no option. Yeah, you need those outputs, mate. Oh, what's this Netherlands one saying? Yeah, no outs. I need that option, bruv. Alright, that's enough daydreaming for now. Very fucking tempted to just do it. But I just ain't got no money right now. With a baby and the mortgage just went up and... Having another 8 outs from this thing would mean I wouldn't need this anymore and the whole system would just be like so much bigger. I've got 16 outs coming out of Akai, and if it kept time really well then I would be using that. But there's nothing like these emus, bruv. There's nothing like it. Oh, I got feelings, bruv, feelings. I'm going to edit this video for YouTube and come back to studio stuff in a bit. Hello, welcome back to the studio. I'm currently editing the video. I want to make some changes in here, so that's going to happen right now. This is coming out, the E6400 emulator. I feel like from doing the percussion stuff in the last video, it doesn't keep time properly. So what I've actually done is bought another 8 outs for the E6400 Ultra, which is a bit of a crazy impulse purchase, and we'll see whether that actually arrives. These things are complete unobtainium basically. It'd be absolutely fucking mad to have it though. Here we go. I'm just gonna take this thing apart, I guess. Again, what I want to do is move this EMU up 1 unit. I'm going to take the Akai, I'm going to put it under the EMU, because I do use the Akai. The Akai's got a real thing to it when it comes to editing sounds and the effects and stuff in there, and I just don't see myself using this second EMU if I've got 16 outs. So that's... It's always tough moving stuff around in racks. It means it all has to come apart and be put back together again. But it is what it is. This is what happens in making stuff. You just gotta keep iterating the system until you get to a point where you're like, I'm really happy with that. So I take these screws out. This first thing, I can just move it without having to unplug anything around the back. And just to see how it feels as well, you have to everything has to feel right. So if I pull the unit forwards a bit, I should be able to get access to these little clips. And they want to come up one. Don't drop the clip. Oh, I can just pop it around the side, I think maybe. That is in. Do the same on the other side. Pop the clip up. 1U. It's hard to get to this. I should just get my other box of clips out, really. I wonder why I can get to that one, but I can't get to the other one. Watch off and everything. There you go. Yeah, it's coming up one. Ah, it's in. I've got to lift this whole thing up and get the screws in. You just need to get 2 in to start off with. Oh, that's heavy. That is no joke. It's happening. There's one. Sorted. Nice, man. How does it feel? It feels better to have it a little higher anyway. The laptop screen is still... Yeah, that's doable. Cool, let's get these other 2 in there. Nice and tight, but not too tight on the screws. Sweet. Yeah, that feels good. That actually does feel good. I don't know what's going to go up in this spot now, but I definitely think this is better. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's going to be better to use the Akai at that height. Evening. Back in the studio. Happy times, good times, happy fun times. Today the mission is going to be to kind of put this stuff back in a good place. I took the Akai and put it in place of that EMU down there. It's looking pretty good. I'm not 100% happy, but I think it's going to be a lot easier to work on. Also, I've got on my website, if you go to studio, so the website is tcdnb.com, the link is in the description. There's a 2000s production page where basically I've gone through this machine and explained, and this machine as well, but I've kind of explained all of the software that I'm using, or some of the software that I'm using. I'm obviously keeping some secret weapons to the side, but just like good laptops. I could probably do more actually on the different kinds of laptops that are good for 2000s music production, but it's all about making a 2000s music laptop so you can run old software and make music like it was back in the day, and I guarantee you're going to have a good sound that comes out of it. It's mad how good it sounds. And so there's like an introduction section there. There's the laptops that I'm using, operating systems, so I'm using Windows 10 and Windows Vista. Some explanations of some of the software that I'm using, like I talk about keyboard shortcuts, screen sets in Logic. There's no offline bounce in Logic 5. I talk about Massive, Contact. There's a bug in Massive, so after a while when you're using Massive, it just stops working and you have to use the console to find a file and delete it, and then Massive starts working again. Talk about Zeta, talk about the audio editor that I use. There's a whole section on the history of Logic. There is links to archive.org where you can find all the old software. Talk about the sound cards that I'm using. There's quite a lot more that could go into this actually. I could probably work on that quite a lot, but you know, it's a start. There's also an academy page, which is a lot longer, which is just talking about how you can get into making drum and bass. But that's by the by. Somebody sent me, so on the bottom of the 2000 production, there is an email address where you can contact me and give me suggestions for changes. And this guy, Stefan Le Prince, sent me this really nice email. It says, "Hey T, thanks for the inspiration to give this a go with your 2000s production guide. I've got Logic 5.3 working on my PC now." Sick, bruv. For Windows 10, I had to run the installer on XP, Service Pack 3 compatibility mode. 1 second, I just got to So he says, for Windows 10, I had to run the installer on Windows XP Service Pack 3 compatibility mode, then make sure orgs host 64 exe task was ended, otherwise it got stuck establishing external editor communication. So I'm guessing he could have just done it in compatibility mode in Windows 10. I got Logic 5 working. I didn't have to do any of that, but that's interesting. And he's gone to explain some of the things that he's found. So he says, some things I found. JBridge are, I already had this software to convert 64-bit plugins to 32-bit and the other way around. Zootop Chainer, a plugin to get the converted 32-bit plugins to actually have sound output in some instances, and useful for ones that show only as inserts when they should be instruments. Use Chainer to make them instruments instead, or the other way around. That might be something to check out, because I can't get the EMU Emulator X plugin to work in Logic, and I really want that to work. So I'm going to check that out. I'm going to put that in here and just have a look. A slot contained... Is it something you got to buy, or is it a free thing, or it's a product? Download a demo. Okay, downloads, shop. Multi-effect instrument rack for musicians and sound designers. Well, I might get the demo and check it out. Products. I'll have a look at that. Your mileage may vary. I learned to save the new project before trying a new plugin, as sometimes it causes corruption of your project file if they don't work. Okay. Other ones to avoid so far. Don't use Magic AB. Don't use FabFilter stuff. I got one of the FabFilter plugins to work, and I was going to ask them if, because I own FabFilter Pro Q3, whether they would send me Pro Q1 so that I could run it in 32-bit mode. But I don't think I got around to doing that. If Logic does crash, I found that to get it to work again, as well as doing the end task on Logic, you have to do it on orgs host 64, part of JBridge 2. Using those two software plugins, I managed to get Tau Sampler working on old Logic. I think this fits the bill for what you were looking for. Has a mode where it emulates the EMU. Interesting. Doing all this made me remember software I actually used in 2003 when I was 14 or 15 and not yet properly into D&B. Magic's Music Maker 2003 for arranging loops. Cool Edit Pro, I've heard of that too. It's like Audiosity or SoundForge. Yeah, I think I've heard of it. I've never used it. Hip Hop EJ, free with a magazine, arranging loops. Think I still have the disc somewhere. And he says all the best, Steph. And his DJ name, I'm guessing, is Stavrin. Mate, I love emails like this, and it really makes my day to know that I'm kind of bringing something. I don't know, doing something. Anyway, the task for today is to push all this gear back in, and then I want to stem that tune, and then maybe if it's not crazy size, get the stems onto tcdnb.com. So I'm going to take this sound card, this one here, and it's going to go and it's going to plug into this laptop. I wonder where I put all my backup drives. And then I'm going to take the direct outs, the main outs from the desk, and chuck them into it. I'm going to push this back to where it should live. I could probably do this in a better manner, but you know how we do in this studio. It's all a bit fucking janky, mate. Right, let's get it switched on. Move this desk over to where it needs to live. Try not to adjust the mix in any way, how it was when it was being done. I just ordered 8 more outputs for the E6400 Ultra. Don't say anything, but... oh yeah, this is cool actually. It would be good if this could just be slightly... cool, blimey, that's on tight. Let's load the project. If that could just be like that, I could work with that. Oh mate, that's just in the zone, isn't it? Yeah. Might have to restart this computer real quick. Logic's already running with the tune. Is it playing MIDI? No, so let's do that. Restart. Oh, I don't need SoundForge. See, now it's got time stretch. Why didn't it have time stretch? So this one's got time stretch, but that one doesn't have time stretch. This can talk to this. So this laptop can talk to this S6000. So it might be about... yeah, I'm not sure about this. It's not perfect. But that's not perfect either. Gonna have to work this out. Anyway, restart. Gonna stem the stems into Logic. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna do something else, which I might not film. Depending on whether it's some kind of OPSEC. I need to upload video to YouTube, which is the final part of this, but for the last thing. I need to make 3 thumbnails for that. It's non-stop. Let's load up that tune. There we go. Is it playing? Yeah. It's going into the input. Is it coming through here? Yeah. That's very hot, isn't it? Maybe I could turn the input down a bit. Pad it. Still clipping. Okay, so I'll just turn the master channel down a bit maybe and unpad it. Wow, that's quiet. Might get some headphones so I can hear it. It's still clipping. That's so low, and I'm not getting any of the desk sort of flavour. I think it's the best way to do it is just as clean as possible, really. So we're going to stem this in. Best way to do it is to just mute all these channels, do them one by one. I'm just going to do drums, bass. I'm not going to like try and be too clever about it. We'll do it on channel 2. We'll set up the input. Input 1 and 2. ACO is not available. Pretty sure. Audio preferences, audio driver, ASIO. Try relaunch. These things are amazing. Fireface still works with the old software. You really gotta respect RME for that. Seriously good. Right, is it working? Yeah. Hardware tunes 002, audio, save. I need some sound. What's the best way to do this? It's going to be so quiet going in. We need audio hijack. Get that ready. There we go. Alright, cool. Let's just do it. Stemming. I'm really glad I got this sound card to be able to do this. I probably should have recorded the master into here, but alright, while that's doing that, I'm gonna get that video on its way up to YouTube, so I'm gonna get doing that now.
But alright, so I'm doing stems. It's long. But last night it wasn't working properly, I don't know why. Let me put this camera on here. Yeah, so I'm just doing some stems for Step Into the Light. Step into the light. Let's get this bass. I think I can do all these bass parts. Don't need to split them up. I just feel like it's a good idea to have everything stemmed out, and then I can reset the desk and get started on the next tune for this week, which is gonna be another challenge. Make something original but techie. I feel like I got an idea of where I want to go with it. Little notes. Get the emu kind of like, ah. I reckon I can find a few good sounds and then get rolling with it. That's what's going on. This. Yes, I got this Akai moved. I'm actually quite happy with where it's at. Oh, that bass is so nice.